I knew that's what my angels were saying to me. I frequently hear this phrase from the people who receive my angel readings. When I relay what I hear their angels saying, my clients often admit that they are already aware of this advice. The angels may have urged my client to change jobs, take better care of her body, forgive her father, or move to a different locale. Very often, my clients admit the wisdom of the angelic advice. Then they add a, but I don't have enough time or money. But I might fail and feel humiliated, and things might be worse than they are now. But what if the angels are wrong? But what if God is really trying to trick me into a life of austere poverty and suffering? Just as the law of free will prevents angels from helping us unless we ask, the same law means that we have the right to accept or reject the angelic assistance offered to us. Most of us would not consciously reject an angel's help. Still, we might mistakenly allow fear to talk us out of receiving good graciously. After all, many of us grew up with teachings that implied that it's not right for us to accept gifts freely. We might have been scolded for not saying thank you when someone gave us a present. Or perhaps we learned you can't get something for nothing. So we feel suspicious when someone, even an angel, offers to help us. We might wonder, what's the catch? As if God will ask us to reciprocate the favor in ways involving hardships or austerity. Know that you deserve help from God and the angels. You are a precious and holy child of God, and we all deserve good. If you have, or if you had children, wouldn't you want the very best for them? Also, let's keep in mind that our higher selves are eternally one with God. So in essence, when God gives to us, He is giving to His own self. Never think that the angels are too busy to help you. Don't believe for a moment that your needs are too petty or trivial for the kingdom of heaven to intervene. This is just our lower self-ego pushing away help because of deep-seated feelings of unworthiness. Your true self knows that you are very, very worthy. Your true self knows that we are all part of the divine perfection which is God. If asking for and accepting divine assistance feels unnatural to you, then ask your angels to help you change this tendency. Angels can heal away low self-esteem or any personality characteristic which gives you hardships. They will gladly roll away the stones which block you from fully enjoying your divine inheritance, which is your birthright from your holy Creator. An important key in connecting with your angels is developing the habit of asking your angels for help. The angels say, "We speak to you continuously, non-stop from on high. We gleefully join you in fun times and cheer you on in the sad ones. We beseech you to listen further, for we can boost you in ways yet unknown. We help you in countless and numerous occasions, and our thanks is your happiness. When you truly delight in opening your ears to the angelic realm, you will experience a music in your life beyond all comparison. If you could know how delightful your life can truly be, you would wait no longer to hear our beck and call." The angels want to communicate clearly with you. They have so much to give you. They can bring you information, guidance, protection, moral support, or a pat on the back. In fact, they continuously try to do just that. Yet, a giver cannot give unless there is a willing recipient. Are you willing to receive the glorious good that is being given to you right now? In Tape 2, we did quite a bit of clearing work. In addition, you can listen to and repeat in your mind the following angel affirmations. I graciously accept good into my life. I am willing to release all fears of receiving love. It is safe for me to be loved and cared for. I deserve love and assistance. If you are accustomed to taking care of everyone else, you'll need to be patient with yourself while you develop the new habit of accepting help from the angels. Sometimes it doesn't feel safe to receive assistance. Perhaps you fear that if you don't do everything yourself, others won't need you. You may also fear losing control of the situation if you aren't taking charge of everything yourself. You might worry that the angels are too busy to help you or that you don't deserve angelic assistance. Or you just may automatically do things on your own and need reminders to ask your angels for help. All these blocks to angelic intervention are understandable and very, very normal. If you simply forget to ask your angels for help, you might try placing visual reminders around your home, car, or office. I've found that angel statues, cards, Post-it notes, and angel posters give cues to jog our memory whenever we need to ask for help. As you get closer to your angels and have them more involved in your life, you will begin to receive guidance that will motivate you to purify your channels of divine communication. The angels say, "You can hear us much more clearly when you purify the air around you. Think of divine communication as coming through a mist, which is really the buffer in the atmosphere differentiating one spiritual realm from another. The finer the mist, the easier the communication between us can be. But a dense mist covering prevents us from clearly hearing your thoughts and seeing your deeds, and is more likely to create misunderstandings about our intentions for you. By purifying yourself to the extent you are able, we are joyful because we are much more reachable as far as you are concerned when the mist around you is refined and purified." When the angels talk about purifying the air around you, they aren't referring to clean air in the traditional sense. They mean instead that your thoughts and lifestyle actions affect your aura and the energy field around you. It's a little like clearing the static from a telephone line so you can hear the callers more clearly. Angelic communication is easier to understand when you purify your aura and energy field. All purification steps are best if they come from your own desire and willingness. It's best not to force yourself to take any step which feels like you are denying yourself. So only undergo those steps for which you feel ready. Undertake these new habits with the joy of knowing that they bring you to closer understanding of your true God-self nature. Step 1. Purify your thoughts. The angels say, "We're not asking you to try to be a saint upon the earth, but do your best to monitor the words, phrases, and ideas that you speak to yourself and others. Any fear-based thoughts such as jealousy, competition, resentment, victimhood, or retaliation makes your energy field dense and dark. Unforgiveness towards yourself, toward a situation, a person, or a public figure or agency blackens your aura like thick smoke." I have clairvoyantly seen what thought forms look like. Immediately after you have a thought, you release a bubble-like object with a life of its own. The size of the thought form seems to correspond to how much energy you put behind the thought. Thought forms serve your every command. They go out into the world and create whatever you've thought about. For instance, a client of mine really wanted a particular job. During the job interview, I saw her release a huge thought form that looked like a thick, shimmering soap bubble about 4 feet tall by 1 foot wide. It had a life force of its own and a forward thrust energy. When my client called me a week later to report that she'd successfully secured her new job, I wasn't surprised. The energy she'd released into the world marked, "This is the job that I want," guaranteed she'd receive her wish. There are no neutral thoughts, nor moments in the day when your thoughts don't create thought forms and their causative effects. Your fearful thoughts act like bloodthirsty henchmen, which bring terror back to you, their master. Your loving thoughts, though, obediently bring you joyful situations and relations. It's your choice. Many people who are drawn to channel angels feel the need to avoid negative media, so they might temporarily stop watching television, listening to the radio, or even reading the newspaper. They may become distant from a while from friends who chronically complain, and they may desire to leave careers which feel inconsistent with their positive outlook. Channeling angels requires that our thoughts be attuned to the highest frequency of love. Any worries or fears interfere with our channeling abilities, as these thought forms create static on our psychic telephone line. Step 2. Purify your motives. Give your motivations to God and the angels and ask that they be purified. You can do this simply by asking God to help you. Say, "God, I give you my motivations and ask your help in purifying them so that all of my motives are aligned with truth and with love." Very soon you will feel a very strong sense of relief as the love reorganizes your thoughts and your feelings. A deep sense of peace and order will follow. Your highest motivation is to give glory to God in all ways. Of course, since your higher self is one with God, you are actually giving glory to the true you, along with the true self of every other child of God. Lower self-motivations occur when you believe that you want to give glory to yourself alone as some special person. Everyone is equally special. So when we want a separate specialness, we trigger the pain and loneliness that comes from believing that we are separated from God and our spiritual siblings. Step 3. Purify your actions. Before doing anything, ask your higher self, God, and the angels to guide you. Know that this divine guidance will direct your actions from the one power of love. In this way, you are assured of continuously floating in a sea of miracles that will astound you in their beauty. You will always be in the right place at the right time. Step 4. Purify your home. Environments absorb negative energy, which come from a variety of fear-based sources. Anything tinged with fear that is in your home, such as newspapers, magazines, mail, television programs, radio talk shows, arguments among family members, or fearful thoughts held by past occupants of the house, can bring dark energy into your surroundings. You'll want to clear your home, office, or any environment that you frequent. Clearing allows the light to freely circulate and lifts your surroundings' energy to the highest level possible. Some ways to purify your home include painting the walls, shampooing the carpet or recarpeting, placing bowls of rubbing alcohol in every room of the house for a minimum of 24 hours, setting clear quartz crystals in the sunlight for 4 hours to clear them of negative energy, and then putting these crystals in different rooms of your home, or burning sageweed or incense throughout each room. Still, perhaps the best way to clear any environment is by calling upon the angels. Mentally ask for Archangel Michael and his band of mercy to circulate the area and draw away all negative energy or earthbound spirits. You may be able to see Michael with your spiritual vision. If so, you'll watch him lead other angels in a posse, gathering all lower energy forms which could interfere with your divine communication and joyful living. Step 5. Purify your relationships. Although you've undoubtedly experienced pain in relationships, you have the choice of healing the residual emotions to clear away any heaviness or negativity. This is an important part of the clearing work, which will help you to easily have conversations with your angels. Whether you carry old pain from your childhood, adolescence, or recent past, you can release negativity that holds you back. The angels first remind you that every negative feeling that you hold toward another has a boomerang effect. It is impossible to judge or blame another person and not feel emotional pain. As much as we would like to see ourselves as separate from a person that we consider bad, ultimately such a separation is impossible. We are united with each other forever. That is why you feel depressed when you become angered at another person. The anger that you send outward acts like a laser beam pointed toward a mirror, and it instantly comes back and hits you. Other people are our mirrors. When the angels speak of the necessity of forgiving, they don't want you to forgive because of some moral codes. They know that judgment, blame, and anger are just burdens upon your soul. They ask you to unburden yourself, and this is the true definition of forgiveness. It means setting yourself free. If you don't feel ready to forgive someone's actions, then forgive the person instead. See that person through the eyes of an angel. The guardian angel sees only the good, the truth, the godness of that other person. Angels look past the surface personality, errors, and mistakes of a person, and they see straight into the person's heart. If you've read about or had a near-death experience, you've heard about the guide which accompanies us. This guardian angel's unconditional and all-consuming love burns away all fear from those who are crossing over to heaven. You too can have a big healing effect upon the world and simultaneously heal your relationship with yourself and all others by modeling yourself after the guardian angel's viewpoint. The more that you train your mind to see the angel that resides within each person, the more that you will know and appreciate the angel whom you are in truth. Step 6. Purify your schedule. We sometimes procrastinate spiritual growth by creating a busy schedule. Busyness ensures that there is no time to explore the inner self. For that reason, the angels ask us to purify our schedules by eliminating unnecessary or redundant activities. You may want to take a time inventory for 2 days and write how you spend the moments of your day. Then, look for areas of wasted time. Now, we're not talking about relaxation, since the angels definitely believe resting is a worthwhile activity. Instead, look for the moments where you are busy with no meaningful results. These are the activities you engage in out of habit or out of fear. Once you identify your habitual time wasters, you'll probably easily change to healthier habits. However, if you are staying busy out of fear, you may resist the angelic guidance to restructure the way that you spend your time. After all, when you are continuously active, there's no time to think about your life purpose, your true self, or God. Yet, these are such important endeavors, aren't they? After all, nothing is more important than fulfilling the sacred mission for which you were born. Nothing in this world yields even a fraction of the joy compared to your life of right livelihood and right relations. If you write your top 5 priorities, in other words, what is truly important to you, you can compare these areas to your actual schedule. Then ask yourself, am I spending my time in ways that fulfill my priorities? If not, then diligently seek ways to cut out time wasters and replace the new gaps in your schedule with something more personally meaningful to you. You'll find that purifying your schedule heightens your energy and enthusiasm level more than just about any other step you can take. The angels strongly counsel you to spend time alone in nature as frequently as possible, as mentioned before. So make this one of your top priorities, please. The healing effect of nature combined with time alone gives the perfect opportunity for you to really hear your true self, God, and the angels who are speaking to you. The nature angels, of course, will soothe and comfort you, and in this natural setting, you'll more easily hold honest conversations with yourself and the divine spiritual realm. Step 7. Purify your body. If you are being called to channel angels, you have undoubtedly received inner guidance about your diet and lifestyle. This guidance urges you to eliminate sugar, stimulants, meats, alcohol, dairy products, or other foods from your diet. These are very real messages sent to you from heaven. The angels' dietary advice is part of answers to prayers in which you have asked for help in hearing the voice of heaven. The reason why your angels intervene into your diet is that your body is being prepared for reattunement. The vibrational frequency of angels is at such a high and fine level that your body must be retuned so that you can hear them better. It's similar to tuning a piano, so that when the pianist's finger strikes its keys, the piano can emit harmonious music. God is calling you to be a transmitter of angelic messages. Your nervous system can only handle the angel's frequency if your body vibrates at a sufficiently high level. A poor diet creates static on the angelic communication lines, so your angels ask you to purify your body. You may receive the angels' dietary suggestions in any number of ways, as gut feelings or hunches, as coincidentally meeting a dietitian or being drawn to a vegetarian book, as hearing an inner voice, or seeing visions about food. The angels say that all food has internal messages and that these messages affect us long after we have digested the food. As you attune your body to a higher and higher frequency, the angels will continuously ask you to eat more whole and natural foods. Usually the angels first ask you to eliminate red meats. Now, ultimately, you need to defer to your inner guidance or to your health practitioner on this point. Next, the angels request to remove chicken and turkey, and usually that's followed by a request to eliminate fish. Animal flesh seems to interfere with divine communication because it carries the energy of pain which the animal endured during its life and death. Pain energy has the lowest and densest vibration of all, and if you consume pain-filled food, your nervous system cannot reach its highest frequency potential. Next, the angels will probably counsel that you cut back on stimulants such as caffeine, sugar, chocolate, or certain herbs. They may ask you to stop all stimulants completely, or they may guide you toward a gradual cessation. They will also eliminate other mood-altering chemicals such as alcohol, nicotine, and other drugs. Then, your angels may guide you to cut out some or all dairy products, as these foods can clog up our thinking and feeling channels. If this happens, you will either receive guidance that sends you to a good nutritionist or nutritional book, or the angels will ask you to eat vegan protein substitutes such as soy-based protein powder, tofu, seitan, wheat gluten, or nuts. As you purify your body more and more, you'll naturally gravitate toward a diet rich in fresh organic produce and baked goods made with sprouted grains. Your dietary changes won't feel like deprivation, but will instead feel rooted in love and joy. You'll easily adapt to each lifestyle change toward which the angels lovingly guide you. Each step of the way, you'll be aware that you may ultimately have the final say-so about your diet if you choose. Nevertheless, since you desire to hear the heavenly voice clearly, you'll probably choose to take all steps which clarify your channels of divine communication. If you are aware that deep down you have blocks that prevent you from asking for help, the angels can heal these blocks away. If you need more faith or belief, ask God and the angels to help you. If you feel undeserving of divine intervention, ask God and the angels to help you. If you worry that your problems are too trivial for heavenly help, ask God and your angels anyway. Remember that God and the angelic realm can help everyone simultaneously, since time and space do not limit them. Your request for divine help doesn't pull God or the angels away from helping someone else. Whatever you need, God and the angels can help. Remember, God and the angels love you, and they love to help you so that you can easily feel, enjoy, and give love. Here are some examples of specific exercises to increase your confidence in your ability to tap into the source of all knowledge and connect with your angels. First, experiment with parking spaces. In a crowded parking lot, allow your mind and body to relax and become as open as possible. Relax with deep breaths. Then feel your way to an empty parking space and allow your intuition to guide you. Or, Ask your angels to find an empty parking space and request that they give you signs or directions to lead you there. Don't worry, you're not wasting the angels' time or trivializing their work. It is the angels' great pleasure to help you gain confidence and to help relieve your stress level, as their purpose is to promote God's will, which is peace and peace of mind. Secondly, while driving, ask your angels questions about what moves the driver ahead of you is about to make, or which road to turn on to reach your destination, or ask what time you will arrive. You will either hear the answer, see it in your mind's eye, or get a feeling about the answer, or you might simply know the answer. Third, appointments. If you have an appointment to meet someone new, ask the angels to tell you all about that person. Ask about the person's physical characteristics, their personal likes and dislikes, or about their concerns and interests. You can also ask the angels what time that person will arrive at your appointment, or whether they are running late or ahead of schedule. Fourth, the telephone. Whenever the telephone rings, allow the psychic impression of who is calling to enter your mind before you answer the call or look at your caller ID box. Ask your angels, is this a man or a woman calling? Ask them, who is calling? With practice, you will become very tuned in to your incoming callers. When you are too busy to take telephone calls, you can ask your angels to psychically block unwanted incoming calls by affirming to them, my telephone calls are now in divine order, and I see that only calls that are absolutely necessary are coming into my telephone line. Fifth, the television set. Turn on a television program with which you are unfamiliar. Then turn your back away from the television monitor so you cannot see the screen or its reflection. Listen to the actors and actresses talking and visualize what they look like. Turn around from time to time to check your accuracy. And 6, keep a coincidence journal. Write down every instance, minor and major, in which a coincidence plays a role. As we know, there are no such things as accidents or coincidences. They are all part of the divine plan. And this list of coincidences helps you to focus your mind on these synchronicities. The more you pay attention to coincidences, the more of them will come your way. And of course, there's the power of prayer. A 1995 study by Dr. William McDonald of Ohio State University found that people who regularly pray are more likely to have verifiable telepathic experiences than people who don't pray. McDonald explained these findings by saying, in one sense, the results aren't surprising. You can think of prayer as a type of mind-to-mind communication between a person and God. So prayer and telepathy are related concepts. In a sense, then, whenever we talk to God or the angels, we are engaged in a form of prayer. The prayer can be conducted silently, aloud, through the written word, or even in a song. As we develop the habit of talking with heaven continuously, we are literally praying without ceasing. Just like a responsible airline pilot continuously checks in with the air traffic controllers, we are in steady contact with our own guides. Now, they won't take away our personal responsibilities from us. After all, self-responsibility is an important part of our growth process. But the angels will give us guidance that can help us make wise and loving decisions. Like those air traffic controllers, heaven can see where we've been, where we're going, and what's on either side of us. So it's smart to check in with them as often as possible. And again, don't worry about wearing out your welcome with your angels. They live to help you. It is their joy and their purpose to support and guide you all along the way. Now, what if your angel communication seems to be inaccurate? Even the world's top psychics and angel readers give readings which are seemingly inaccurate from time to time. In fact, the leading psychics report that between 10 and 30% of the information that they relay in a reading is incorrect. Why is this so? The most common reason, as I've mentioned, is that the misinformation is coming from their ego and not from their higher self. Everyone occasionally slips into their ego for various reasons, such as fear, fatigue, or judgments, for example. Additionally, some of the information we receive during readings is based upon a person's current thought conditions. Let's say you get an angel communication in which you see yourself getting a new job. This reading is absolutely accurate at the time that you receive it. But later, you change your outlook in either a healthier or unhealthier direction. This change in thinking will also change the course of your future, including your job prospects. Related to this phenomenon is that your reading may actually change your thoughts sufficiently to negate your reading. For example, if you receive an angel message that says you're about to meet a wonderful love partner, you may become petrified with nervousness. This tension can literally bar you from meeting or attracting your love mate. Sometimes it seems that a reading is inaccurate just because your predictions don't immediately come to pass. Perhaps your reading will prove accurate after a period of time has passed. I find that it is difficult to pinpoint the exact timing of future events. So my client may ask me, when will I sell my house? And I can't tell them exactly what day it'll sell, but I can see that it happens when the weather is warm, for example. So I might say something to my client like, it feels like summertime and I'm hearing the number 2 in my mind. Since August is 2 months away, I would say that August is a strong likelihood for the sale of your home. But since timing isn't my psychic forte, I can't be exactly sure. But what I do know is that I have a strong positive sense that your house will successfully sell soon and that you will be moderately pleased with the selling price. I think it's important not to get self-judgmental when you make an occasional miss during your angel readings. If you allow yourself to get uptight because you're not 100% accurate, you won't enjoy communicating with your angels. Focus upon your successes and ask your angels to help increase your accuracy. You'll likely find that your incorrect impressions were symbols that your angels gave you that you misread as literal predictions. For instance, let's say that you are shown a baby clairvoyantly, and you assume that you or a loved one is expecting a child because of this symbol. Then weeks go by and no blessed news is forthcoming about an impending baby. Well, don't despair or hang up your angel communication hat. You've just probably got angels who symbolize new opportunities with pictures of a baby's birth. To avoid confusion, simply ask your angels to clarify everything that they tell or show you in order to be sure if it is symbolic or an actual representation of your literal future. Check in with your gut feelings often, and you'll soon be able to sort symbols from true prophecies.